North Texas has probably one of the easier games for them for this season. They're headed to play Rice, who is playing a weak version of the triple option. I don't know why Scott Abell went with the triple option. Maybe he decided that was the best that his players could do that he could have this year. I mean, don't get me wrong, Scott Abell has got what, five conference championships in at Washington and Lee and at Davidson. He has a really impressive win record. And Rice, it's a Texas school. Eventually, he's going to get all set up and be able to handle recruiting in Texas because that takes a special kind of person. This year, though, they're 5-5. They've been a little bit hit or miss. Actually, they've been a lot of hit or miss. They beat UConn because, well, UConn is who they are. Beat UAB by a touchdown. Beat Charlotte by 11 points. Beat Prairie View and beat Louisiana Raging Cajuns, who's having a disappointing season. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Rice, but this has been a odd season for them, and they've not been much of a team to have to worry about. I don't think North Texas has got to worry about them. They were able to handle Army. They were able to handle Navy. This is a weak form of the triple option. They have no ball control. They, I mean, they've got some positivities. They just aren't able to do what is required to actually win the game. And I mean, I am hoping, I really am, I am hoping that Scott Abels just took a look at what he had this season and went, okay, this is the best we can do, and let's see if we can do this to win. Eric Morris, though, has taken a player that nobody recruited as a quarterback and turned him into what's going to be a legend at North Texas. North Texas has been romping and tromping, and their only loss was against South Florida. In all honesty, I think that they're way too underrated. Okay, so their schedule is a little weaker than others have. They beat Washington State 59-10, beat Western Michigan. It took overtime to do that. Lamar was an easy win for them. Army was an overtime win because, well, Army ball control and they have a decent game. Really took South Alabama good. But that loss to South Florida was a little bit bad. But they took down UTSA like nobody's business, took down Charlotte like nobody's business. Navy wasn't even a hard game for them. And UAB, well, Memphis couldn't even beat them, but hey, everybody else can. Um, Honestly, I think this is going to be worth watching just to see Drew Mestamaker. Not because of Bryce, but let's talk about this game. But before that, hit like and subscribe if you like college football, if you like AAC football, or if you like college sports, because getting ready to be women's gymnastics season. I cover women's gymnastics and I do a little basketball. Also, if you feel really generous, I'm not saying you have to, but I've got a Patreon link in my link tree down below. If you'd like to be helpful, that would be nice, but you don't have to. Just hitting like and subscribe will go far for me. Okay, let's get into this game. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. So, since North Texas is visiting, Drew Mestamaker, 232 of 335 attempts. He's 69.3% accurate. Thrown for 3,000 yards. You heard that right, 3,000 yards. Got 23 touchdowns, only four interceptions, been sacked 13 times. Not a bad offensive line, and he's really good. Also, his backup, Chris Emerson's thrown a touchdown, so they got 24 touchdowns through the air, four interceptions, 13 sacks. Now, that's a score right there. But Caleb Hawkins, their running back, their primary running back, 148 carries, 933 yards, 16 touchdowns. Heard that right. 16 touchdowns from Caleb Hawkins. Now, Mackenzie McGill, 75 carries, 389 yards, five touchdowns. Kiefer Sibley, 36 carries, 223 yards, five touchdowns. Starting to get the point that these guys know how to score. Oh, and by the way, Drew Mestamaker's got 42 carries, only 56 yards, four touchdowns. Jaden Bex has got one. There's a few other guys got one. They got 35 touchdowns on the ground. Yeah, they can ground and pound with the best of them. But they also have that air game. Like I said, 24 touchdowns. Wyatt Young has got eight of those touchdowns. He's got 48 catches, 781 yards, 70-yard long run, eight touchdowns, like I said. Cameron Dorner, 38 for 617, five touchdowns. Now, Trey Williams and Caleb Hawkins each have three on the receiving side. They have that's 24 touchdowns. They have an offense that's got so many different weapons and being used in so many different ways. Honestly, I don't even know what to do, but I will say this much. QB3, Reese Poppenbarger. I can't wait till that dude becomes somebody so I can be screaming about Poppenbarger. Seriously. Love the name. But defensively, they got 22 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. That's They only have 20 pass deflections, but they have 12 interceptions. It's that interception number. Now, they haven't scored on any of them, but they've got, they are getting to the opposing quarterback, but not all that often. And instead of just deflecting, they know how to catch the ball from the opposing quarterback. Oh, by the way, they have 10 forced fumbles, 12 fumble recoveries. Their defensive, their defense knows how to strip the ball. That is a scary thing. Now, leading tackler, Trey Fields, 74 tackles, one sack. By the way, this dude's a linebacker. They know where the priorities are. Got two pass deflections, one interception, and three fumble recoveries. Ethan Wislovsky's got 71 tackles, one and a half sacks, one interception, two forced fumbles, one fumble recovery. Oh, and by the way, took one of those back, or took that fumble recovery back for a touchdown. Shane Witter, 58 tackles, one pass deflection, one interception, one forced fumble, one fumble recovery. Yeah, even their safeties are getting into it, but they're far enough down that it shows that their defensive line knows what they're doing. They just need to sack a little bit more, but they know how to strip the ball. This team is not surprising to be 9-1. By the way, penalties 55 for 447, 44 yards a game. That's pretty darn disciplined. Could be a little bit better. There are some teams out there far better at discipline, but this is a disciplined team right here that knows how to score, and their defense, like I said, they've only lost one game. That one weakness is it. This, this is one of the scariest teams in college football. Now, Rice Owls, Chase Jenkins is 99 of 142, 69.7% completion rate. Low numbers, though, for this, and he's only got 885 yards through the air. Thrown for eight touchdowns, got two interceptions, been sacked 11 times. Not bad, not good. They do have 15, this team does have 15 sacks on their quarterbacks. That could be far better. They've got nine touchdowns through the air, three interceptions. This is like I said before, this triple option team. Quentin Jackson's got 148 rushes, 758 yards, six touchdowns, 73-yard long run. Quentin Jackson, good running back. Don't get me wrong, but not got the yardage and not able to get to the end zone as much. Chase Jenkins has rushed in for 120 or rushed 124 times, 422 yards, four touchdowns. Deline Alexander, 74 for 392, three touchdowns. DeAndre Hardiman's got two touchdowns. Aaron Turner, two touchdowns. They've got 18 touchdowns on the ground. It's a triple option. It's it's not surprising. They got 2,111 yards through the or on the ground versus 970 through the air. Their leading catcher or leading wide receiver is Drayden Dickman, 33 catches, 302 yards. Got three touchdowns. Aaron Turner and Tyson Thompson's got two. A few other guys got one. Now, Quentin Jackson, running back's got four catches, 74 yards. He's got a 75-yard long run with the touchdown. This is not an explosive offense. This is a keep pounding until you get what you want, but they haven't been getting what they want. Defensively, they've got 23 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. That's not bad. They do have 32 pass deflections, but only three interceptions. It really, I mean, it's not bad, but, with not being able to catch it, you can deflect all you want, but, and they're getting to the opposing quarterback, but not as much as I'm sure that they would like to. They've only got five forced fumbles and three fumble recoveries. That defensive line's not been taught correctly. This defense needs to be taught a lot of things. Now, they do have Andre as their leading tackler, 77 tackles, two and a half sacks, two pass deflections. He's a linebacker. Ty Morris, another linebacker, 67 tackles, two and a half sacks, two pass deflections, two forced fumbles, one fumble recovery. So he's doing the work. Those two are doing the work, along with Marcus Williams, a safety, 56 tackles, five pass deflections, one forced fumble. Tony and Anyanwu, hopefully I got that name right, 41 tackles, five sacks, one pass deflection, one forced fumble, one fumble recovery. They've got dudes that are doing the work. They're just not that effective. Now, penalty wise, they got 47 penalties, 499 yards, 49 yards a game. This late in the season, they're doing okay on discipline, but they could be better. Both teams could be a little bit better, but this triple option, honestly, none of these guys seem like they have played a triple option worth the flip. And they've got Chase Jenkins I don't have a problem with Chase Jenkins at all. I think that maybe he could learn the system, but it doesn't seem to be his type of system. Quentin Jackson, hey, let me tell you something. Quentin Jackson looks like a dude. And he's got the numbers for it for what he's got. I just don't think that overall, I think you took people that weren't doing triple option stuff and threw them into triple option, and this is what you get. These guys are doing what they have to do, but not effectively. Now, North Texas should have no problems with Rice. The problem with all this is that Rice, Scott Abell, has taken a team that honestly had gone downhill. I mean, last year they were 4-8, so he's already done one better win. But the season before that, they were 6-7, went to a bowl game. 2022, they were 5-8, somehow made it to a bowl game. I don't know how they made it to a bowl game 5-7. 2021, they were 4-8. They've been lackluster for a long time. And honestly, I don't. Scott Abel's already got them to the point where they're looking better, but he also ran up against the fact that his last two games were against two of the powerhouses. Last four games was against three of the powerhouses of the conference. Rice wasn't ready for the powerhouses of this conference. And I honestly, I don't know why he went to triple option. Rice is going to be fresh meat for North Texas. After the fact that North Texas beat Ball Control Army triple option, Navy they beat, and Navy's only other team that's beaten Navy is Notre Dame. And their triple option, even though, hey, Blake Horvath did get injured. I wonder what difference of a game if Blake Horvath hadn't been injured. But now you're going against a very weak triple option who can surprise people, but you're not surprising somebody who's already played two other triple option teams this year. Scott Abell has got to figure out what he's going to do. He can either keep the triple option and go above and beyond and making this worth something, or he can just go, hey, we need to look into, say, going with the Baylor Beer or going with, I mean, they can't do an air raid with Chase Jenkins. I mean, he's got a good completion rate, but, you know, I just I don't see him being able to go with something like that. They need to go to either fundamental football or go with something that could suit these guys. But I don't think Chase Jenkins next year is going to be the right choice to be switching things up all of a sudden. But I don't think this triple option is going to work with them. But you tell me what you think. I like Rice. I've watched Rice for quite a few years. But at the same time, Rice is also, I love me some Texas football. So North Texas Rice hates some Texas football. But honestly, this isn't a good look for Rice, but they haven't had a good look in a while. So I'm hoping that Scott Abel is able to fix it. But North Texas is not where you're going to fix anything. It's going to break things even more. North Texas is going to score, and they're going to work to go from third spot to being able to be in that championship game. But hey, this has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.